Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, cutting down a pine tree, moving some landscape rock, and rototilling. That's right, a whole bunch of stuff today, and it's all over at my friend Marvin's house. Now, those of you that don't know, Marvin is the guy who convinced me to start this YouTube channel in the first place.
I told him, I said, it's time to start putting things on YouTube. He does a lot of stuff, man. I mean,
yeah, so he's got a pine tree that he wants taken down. He's got a bunch of, he had another big tree taken down. He's got a bunch of landscape stone around that he wants moved. And then they used a crane to take down the big tree, and I guess his lawn is all jacked up. So one of the best ways to smooth out a yard without having to buy more dirt is to rototill it. All right, so here we are. And so this is the little pine tree that he wants gone. By the way, let's just do this. Look at the size of the tree he had taken down. I'll bet you widest point to widest point, this thing is 6 feet across. That is huge. Anyway, we're not taking that. We're taking this. So I figure I'm just gonna open the back of my dump trailer. I'm gonna cut this off. I'm just gonna lay it right into the trailer. Why not? Like that. Yeah. Oh, you gonna be not long enough? Is that what's gonna happen? Oh, let's just pull it in. What am I messing with? There we go. Nice. There we go. Come on. A little more. Just far enough that the gate will shut. There it goes. Back the other way. There we go. Back the other way. And we're in. Oh yeah. Whew. I'll post a link up here somewhere. Or is it over here? I think it's over here. Yeah. I'll post a link over here. The easiest way to get rid of a stump. And this is it. I'm not digging with a shovel or anything, but you dig down low enough around here, and it helps to use an electric chainsaw, because a gas chainsaw tends to overheat if you get this close to the ground. And just cut it off just like that, and it's low enough you can mow over it. That'll just rot away. That could be the easiest tree job I've ever done. Loaded when it fell. Let's take it and dump it. Easiest tree I ever cleaned up. Well, it wasn't really a tree. It's more like a bush. But I never had to touch it. All right, I'm back. The little tree's gone. And just spent most of the morning here raking out all the rocks around this thing. I gotta show you. So my wingspan is 6 feet, okay? And I'm reaching, I mean, this is well over 6 feet, this stump. Imagine grinding this thing out. So now the rocks are all gone. I got to show you guys. They kind of jacked up his yard over here pretty bad when they brought the crane in and they took that tree out. So you got a couple of choices when you want to smooth out ground after it's been messed up. Sorry about the sunglasses, but it's bright. Anyway, you can bring in dirt. This is the most expensive way. You bring in dirt and you can just spread it, you know, and just like, you know, smooth it out. And that's okay. It's not going to be perfect all the time because you lay loose dirt over top of hard dirt and it's going to sink in. But that's one way to do it. Or what I'm going to do this morning is just going to till it. So I brought the tractor and we're going to run the rototiller over it here, smooth it out nice, and then he's going to throw down some grass seed, and this will be perfect this spring. But the rototiller is going to loosen everything up and make it even and all something. Universal? No, I don't know. It's all going to be the same. So after raking all those rocks, I'm looking forward to sitting in the tractor seat for a while. Let's get started. There it is. No more ruts. Now, if you do something like this, you're going to want to, the timing is important. Right now, it's late fall, it's late October, so don't even walk on this. I'd put stuff around it to make sure nobody walks on it because it's soft. It's like a garden right now. And over the winter and the freeze and the thaws, it'll settle down nice and smooth, just as smooth as it is. And then, you know, put some grass seed on it in spring and Robert, your mother's brother, you got a beautiful smooth yard. If this were spring right now and I'd done this and I wanted to put seed on it, I would go ahead and I would seed it, not even worry about my footprints, and then I would roll it. Yeah, it'd be perfect. So you can do that in the spring, whatever, you know, but this is a really inexpensive, if you got a tiller, it's an inexpensive way to smooth out rough ground. Well now, next on the agenda is firewood delivery. That's right. A friend called and says, well, called, text, message, whatever. You need another quart of firewood. So I've got this beautiful cherry sitting here. I'm gonna find out if it's dry enough first. All right, let's just grab a random piece out in the middle here. Split it. Sure feels dry enough. All right, let's see here. Oh, look at that. 14, 14.2, 13.9, whatever. It's around 14, 14.5. Yep, that'll be good. Not sure what you guys have come up with, but I have determined if you like stacking your wood, and I really do like stacking it out in this field, because I mean the wind and the sun, it just doesn't get any better. And sorry, it's a windy day if the microphone's picking it up. But anyway, it doesn't get any better than drying out here in the field. But if you're gonna do this, you gotta load it by hand. This is one full cord, and I mean full cord. It's more than a cord. I had a half a cord of cherry, and I had more than a half a cord of mixed hardwood there ready to go. But you know, I really don't mind giving a little extra. You know, good customer, give them what they pay for and then some. Under promise, over deliver, whatever. You know, I'm so exhausted. That's the problem right there. This is not a sustainable workflow for me. When I'm in my 60s, I'm 52 right now, I'll be 53 next month. But when I'm in my 60s, no. So I'm gonna someday have to get a bigger machine, and it's gonna have to handle an IBC tote. You know, it's just got to get it enough off the ground that I can pick it up and dump it out. I've got plans for it. I've got that loading dock area, so I don't have to lift it up enough to dump it over the side. Yeah, measuring is great. Measuring it out in the field like this. And you can, you know, if I still want to stack it, I can stack it in the IBC totes and measure it out that way. It's just loading it like this. I mean, it only took me a half an hour, but oh no, it took me 35 minutes. It took me 35 minutes. But I'm beat. So at least when I deliver it, all I have to do is push a button. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't want you to have to hear that. My goodness, Sam got all tired after working for 35 minutes. Ooh, come on. Yeah, no problem throwing. Look at Chris in the wood yard. He does that every day, all the time. How many hundreds of cords of wood he throws into a trailer and delivers? Come on, Sam. Anyway, what's next? Well, we're gonna get the tractor ready to put my tractor cab back on. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is an exciting thing for me. I have a golf cart cover cab that I have rigged to work on this tractor in the wintertime. The worst thing about the wintertime is the wind. You know, I don't mind even below freezing temperatures. I put on enough clothes and I'll be just fine. But the wind hitting you in the face when you're plowing and the snow, oh yeah, even the rain, you know. So at this time of year, it's a nice day today. We're gonna get the tractor cleaned up and I'm gonna put the tractor cab on. She cleans up pretty nice for almost 1,000 hours. All right, let's start putting this cab together. And I'm gonna leave a link for when I create it. You know, I'm gonna make a playlist. That's what I'll do. I'll leave a link to the playlist so you guys can see, you new subscribers can see all the measurements and everything for this and when I first put it together. Anyway, the first thing I do is I get this plexiglass window, put on the back. And it's Velcroed on. Like I say, you'll see all this in the other videos if you want to go watch them. The next piece of the puzzle is going to be this sunshade from cozycab.com. cozycab.com. Just like that. Next, I've got these two struts made out of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Got a zip tie to this. You could use new zip ties, but I saved my zip ties. Of course I do. Anyway, so just take this off over here, and then we slide the zip ties over this. There's one. And those two struts go on just like that. Next, the front frame, the window frame. So none of this is glued together, so I can take it apart anytime I want to. But I put a piece of pipe insulation on the bottom here so it doesn't scratch the hood. And then these Connect on here. Just like that. And like that. And now it's time for the golf cart cover. I've got a lot of wind today, of course. Isn't that always the case? Gotta try and find the front. I believe that's the front. Or is that the side? That's the side. Here's the front. All right. So we're just gonna throw it up over. Yeah, the wind is not helping. You know, work with the wind, not against it. Make sure it's straight-ish. Everything's where it should be. Getting there. See, it's shaping up. So now, these hooks go down here on either side. This back part is very important. This is where the plexiglass window is. So you gotta line this up so it fits just perfectly. Side to side on this window. And make sure it goes in place just right. And then this goes around the toolbox like that. And that's Velcroed on there too. Smooth it out. And now I got a rear window. It works, it works. Okay, the rest of this stuff on the back, there's a hook here. I like to come around the light, and I'll hook it to this light bracket. And there's the same thing on the other side. And then the rest of this material, I tuck in around the lights and under the seat as best I can. Because you don't want this material interfering with your 3-point, and you want your lights to be able to be seen. So yeah, that's usually good enough. Now you can just unzip the side just like this and get right in. And I've got one more thing to do inside. I have these bungee hook things attached to the cab there, the screen. Take that, hook it right through there, pull it around, and do the same thing on the other side, hook it to the other side. And that holds it nice and tight so that the front window stays nice and flat. The final part I think is a nice addition to this cab is I've got these mirrors with little magnets on them, and I put these metal brackets up here so I can just stick these mirrors on either side, and they help a little bit with visibility. You know, it's better than not having them, that's for sure. Without a cab on, you know, I just turn my head, but with the cab on, it's kind of nice to be able to look up and see what's behind you. So that's it. That's my golf cart cover cab. Let's get inside. Yeah, it's quite nice in here. Considering what this costs, I don't know how much they are now, but I paid $54 for this. Now, this is wrinkled and dirty right now, but I'll hose it off, and as it sits on the tractor, it stretches itself out, and visibility is great. I mean, it's fantastic. It's clear all the way around. Yeah, it keeps the wind off. It's just fantastic. It actually is a little too warm for a day like today. It's in the mid 40s right now, almost 50 degrees, and I'm comfortable, very comfortable, and keeping that wind off, like I said, that's the most important part. I mean, visibility, like I said, is great. And this plexiglass, that was a great addition. Now I can look back and I can see my 3-point. It's awesome. I mean, you know how much cabs cost. Thousands. And this, I think all in with the mirrors and everything, I'm probably less than 200, easily. So, I don't know what to call this video, guys. I'm just glad you stopped by. We got a lot done, and I'm getting ready for winter. Things are happening. Still gonna try and work on that wood yard a little bit more. I did order the cement mixer. I went with the Yard Max like I talked about. It just seemed like that was the best bang for the buck. Best reviews, best quality. I know a lot of you said Facebook Marketplace, but guys want to sell those things, you know, for $100 less than new, and I don't know if they beat them up or not. I don't know what condition the motor's in. At least this, brand new, I've got a warranty on it. It's worth the extra $100, and I'll use it. I know I'm going to use it. So that's coming. Of course, when it comes, I'll do a review on that. There's a couple other things that are coming that I'm going to do reviews on. My channel is growing. I'm getting products in the mail, so that's a cool thing. One of them I'm really excited to try out, and it has a little bit to do with staying warm in this cab, so you'll see that when it comes in. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll stop rambling. You guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, and I'll see you next time when I'm doing more stuff.